Hey, my name is Ravi Kurani, and I'm the CEO and founder of Sutro. Sutro is actually a little floating robot that floats inside your swimming pool or spa, and it tells you exactly your pH, your free chlorine, bromine, and alkalinity, and exactly what to do with it. Today on this call, we have Alex Pearce, actually, who's our technical sales lead, and I won't take the show away, so I'll hand it over to you right away, Alex. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. It's great to meet you. Like Ravi already mentioned, Sutro is a device that's basically makes water maintenance really easy for a homeowner because it takes the measurements automatically and gives them recommendations for how to care for their water. What we want to talk about today is what takes place at the store with our partners portal and how that can be used to enhance your relationship with your customers and the store. So here's an example of what our dashboard looks like in the store. So we call it Partners Portal. The way that it's set up is the screen will go basically blurry after 1 minute of not being active. So if you're not standing by your computer, there's not going to be any sensitive information available if a customer happens to walk by. But you'll use this portal for two things. One is you can use it for taking tests for all water tests for all of your customers, and the other is for managing your customers' Sutro devices. So let's just do a quick overview. So when you log in, this is what it looks like. You've got a dashboard that shows your most recent tests that you've taken. The dashboard has a quick button right here to take a new test. Down over here, you can look at your customer list and add new customers very simply. So let's just first walk through how to take a test. And Ravi, you used to work in your dad's pool store growing up. What was the biggest challenge you had when doing water tests?
Yeah, man, that was a long time ago. My dad had pool stores down in Riverside, California, so in the desert. And I just remember people would bring in their water sample, and we would have to go through, taking out the liquid test kit, doing the little drops, looking at the colors. I think LaMotte has really solved a lot of that with the LaMotte SpinTouch. But the other part of it was actually keeping all of our customers' information at our fingertips. And there's like some databases out there, but nothing that's really as powerful as what we built. And a lot of what Alex is going to show you actually comes from that background of doing, I don't know, thousands of tests at my dad's pool and spa supply store. But yeah, that was kind of the main two problems.
Awesome. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to take a test, how using our system is fast and easy, and how it keeps a record of everything. That way it's not just written down on a sheet of paper somewhere. So from the dashboard, the first thing you would do is click up here in the corner where it says take a test. And it'll bring up this screen. So a lot of times you'll ask your customer, hey, what's going on with your pool? They'll give you some weird description that you're not really sure what they're talking about. To make it simple, we just say, hey, what's the biggest problem with your water right now? And you can ask the customer, what does your water look like? So depending on where you live, it could be a variety of problems. So we'll just say it's green algae and then go to the next step. From here, you have two options. We do have integration with the LaMotte SpinTouch. So if you have a LaMotte SpinTouch in the store, you can run the test automatically and it's really fast. You can also just input the manuals for the values for the test manually. So you can use strips or a drop test or whatever kind of testing you do and put the values in that way. But the easiest way is if you're using a SpinTouch. So you select what type of sanitizer the customer uses, what type of disc you're using within the SpinTouch, and then you just hit Start Test. As long as the SpinTouch is connected to the computer, it'll run the test automatically, and all the results will be populated below.
This is like a 2-minute test, isn't it? Or something like that.
Yeah, so the test, the SpinTouch takes about 1 minute to 2 minutes to run the actual test. And my device actually doesn't have a disk in it, so maybe that's slowing it down. All right, so the test came through. Um, Obviously, it's not a great test. I don't have any chlorine uh, at all, and my pH is way off. But sometimes customers come in with terrible water. So that's how that works. And like I said, you can also input the values manually, and then you'll submit all of that. And then at this point, you're going to put in the customer's phone number. Um, And we do have the ability, if you're one of our retail partners, that we can upload your customer database into our software. That way, when you plug in their phone number, it pulls up their information. If not, at this point, you would also create an account for your customer. So here's the results from the test. So you can see on the right side are the recommendations for the customer. The nice thing about the recommendations is you can edit all of them before you give it to the customer. One of the things we found at one of our retail partners in the Midwest is that they have a software that creates a printout for the customer. And then the technician actually sits there and crosses things off of the printout and writes on different instructions, which creates kind of a weird dynamic with the customer because they're not sure who they should really be putting their confidence in. This eliminates that problem because you can edit everything before you give it to the customer. So what you can do is you can change the brand, right? Of, let's say you work at Ravi's pool store, right? And you have your own brand of, private label chemicals. You can put that in there. You can save it. You can add other instructions if you want. A scrubber and scrub the bottom of the pool. Oops. On a weekly basis. So any recommendation that you want to add or give to the customer, you can put it all in here, and then it's going to be sent to the customer via text or email. Also, at the bottom of this page, if it's a customer that has a Sutro device in their pool, when you put in their phone number that's associated with their device, it'll come up and show their readings below. After you do all your editing, then you'll hit done. And it'll ask if you want to send it to the customer via text or email. The fastest way to do it is text, but email is the same. Or if it's someone that's really old school and they want to print out, you can also do a printout. So we hit send, and then within about 5 seconds, the customer gets a text message. Oh, can't see my screen. Oh, well. So the text message just came through, but it has all of the recommendations just as you saw them on the dashboard. But basically, the customer has now a digital copy of everything you told them. They're not going to forget it. They're not going to lose it. And you're going to have a good relationship with them.
And kind of a really cool thing we saw up at our store in Illinois, Alex, was that once they texted that to their customer, the technician walked their customer around the store and was able to look at their phone together with them and say, oh, hey, this is the brand of protein chemical you need, or this is the brand of whatever private label you have, to actually work and kind of fluently talk to them in the same language with them holding the cell phone right in front of them.
Yep. So it's a really useful tool for selling your chemicals to the customer as well. And within the Sutro app, they can scan in the chemicals that they're using. That way, they keep using the chemicals that you have in store. So if we go back to the dashboard, let's say you have a customer that accidentally deletes the text message or somehow they still lose it. You can go into your tests and you have the option to resend that information to them. Makes it super, super simple. So a couple other features on the dashboard. Down here under customers, this is mostly what you're going to use for managing your actual Sutro customers. So this is just a test device that we have connected to this store, but you can click view here and it'll bring up your customer's Sutro readings. So if they come in and they're having problems with their pool, not sure what's going on, you can look and you can see historically what's been going on with their chemicals for the last week or the last month. And so you can choose which parameter you want to look at, but the graph shows you the changes over time, which gives you a really good picture and a lot of information to be able to help your customer.
And this is kind of really cool too, right, Alex? Like if a customer has a problem and they call in and they have a Sutro, then that pool store can just go in, type in their phone number, and basically pull up that Sutro information on a dashboard to like almost give them service over the phone, kind of, right?
Yeah, exactly. It allows you to be a consultant. Everything can be viewed remotely. So yeah, customer doesn't need to come into the store. You can just talk to them on the phone. Also, you can, on an occasional or regular basis, go through and look at what's going on in your customers' pools. And maybe you call them up and say, hey, I notice your alkalinity keeps going way too high, and then suggest a product that they might use to balance that out. So really what the Partners Portal is doing is trying to enhance that relationship with the customer, because they rely on you as the pool store to be the experts, because really we don't expect customers to know that much, about taking care of their pools. So let's go back to the main page. The last thing that's really important on here is our rebate form. And this is what you would use if you are not carrying stock in store and we're drop shipping the device to the customer. So if you sell a Sutro to the customer, you'll need to fill out this form so that we have their information. It's only a few steps. Basically, you're getting the customer's contact information. You put in the store's information as well so that they're connected to your store, right? Customer's name that's purchasing Sutro, the customer's email address, which they'll be using for their subscription account, and then their ship to address, and then their phone number. And then, of course, if they're getting more than one device, you put that there as well. And then all of that information comes to us so that you get credit for your customer's purchase.
Can you walk us through a little bit, Alex, on like what does installation look like for this product? Do we need, software to download? How does it work?
You don't actually need anything. So it's literally just a website that you log into. So it can work on any web browser. We recommend using Google Chrome because it has the best compatibility. But it's just something you log into on any computer.
Cool. This has been super, super, super helpful. Our development team is always rolling out more and more suggestions for this. So if you are a retailer and want to use this product, we definitely recommend reaching out to us. Just email us at hello@mysutro.com and we will definitely take care of you. Thanks a ton, Alex.
Yeah, thank you too, Ravi.